got it.
Well, here I am with Bonnie Sue Fickett, and Bonnie Sue Fickett is a rock star on our team. And well, we probably should just say that a couple weeks ago, national conference, she injured herself, but she is persevering and keeping up, right, Bonnie?
Yeah. And I didn't injure myself. An escalator did.
The escalator attacked you. But Bonnie, Bonnie, it's been such a pleasure to have you on our team, and you're a shining example of success and how you make success work for you. And we talk about everybody these days. Being authentic is such a buzzword, and in direct sales and in social marketing. So, but when I think about being authentic, you're one of the first people that come to my mind, because you're loud and proud about who you are and how you feel about things and how you run your business. And that is so admirable. And I think that everyone, we're going to talk. I really want to unpack some of the things that you do today. And I just want everyone to know that, you're going to have to search for what works for you, just like Bonnie did. Bonnie's way may not be your way, and your way wouldn't be Bonnie's way, and that is okay. But the whole point of is that you find your own personality, you find what works for you, and you be authentic. So let's learn a little bit today about what makes Bonnie Fickett tick.
Okay. Are you ready?
I sure am. I sure am.
Okay. So yeah, I am very authentic. And I think it's because I have been raised that way my whole life.
Mm-hmm.
I was raised to be, honest and true and not lie to people, all those qualities that hopefully your parents instill in you.
Mm-hmm.
But what does authentic mean? It means three things: that you're genuine, you're original, and you're real. And to do that, you have to do some things for yourself first. I learned a long time ago that you got to love yourself before you love anybody else. And, we all have our different ways of running Pampered Chef, but we all have one thing in common, and that's customers who want you to be real and authentic. They want to know that they can trust you. And I have built 4 years of a good business by just being that way. And I tell them, we all have that one customer. I'll give you an example that you would just like to wring their neck. They get on your lives, they complain, they do this, they do that. So what do you do in that instance? Well, first of all, I call them out on it. Whatever the problem is, I try to fix it. But some people you can't fix. So what do? You move on. Don't let that one bad apple spoil your whole life, because they're going to remain bad. There's something happening in their life to make them that way. And we're not psychologists, we're just pampered chefs. So what do I do? I will, after I get off a live, if that happens in a live, I'll private message them. And I'll say, I really wish you would have come to me with that when you had that problem 2 weeks ago, because I would have fixed it right then. And that's what I do. I don't sell a product and walk away ever. I sell a product, then I train all of my customers how to use their products. And at the same time, if you do that, they're going to teach you a lot about your business that you didn't know, because they're going to show you things that they do. And I'm like, I learn something new every day. I'm like, wow, I never thought of that, So that's the biggest thing, is just be yourself. Be true to yourself. Another example, when I was a freshman in high school, of course, it was the 70s. It was women's lib, and we all tried to do the flower girl stuff. So first day of high school, I didn't sign up for cheerleading. I signed up for the football team, because that's how weird I am. So my father got a call, and they're like, we don't know how to handle this. We've never had a woman wanting to play men's sports. So my father said, well, I'll deal with that, but I think we should let her try it. because she's not going to do it. She's a woman in a woman's body, and she's never going to make it. So the coach laughed. You know, I come from a small town America. Everybody knows everybody. And he let me do it. Well, I was so stinking proud of that. I lasted about an hour into that first practice. And I said, okay, where's the cheerleading sign up? But that's how I was raised. My father would always let me do what, you know, you've got to try your dreams. Don't ever give up on your dreams. Try them. But if I heard it once, I heard it a million times my entire life. And my dad died when I was 19, which was tragic because he taught me everything, hunting, fishing, trapping, you know. But if I heard it once, I heard it a million times in those 19 years. And it was, Bonnie Sue, when God made you, he threw away that mold. So, you know, and that's just something that sticks in my head today. And when I feel like I can't conquer something, I'm like, Bonnie Sue, you're special. You know, you have to get in that mirror and have a talk with yourself once in a while.
Bonnie, that is so true. And I really love hearing that story. Again, what started the authenticity with you. Tell us, when you started your Pampered Chef business, what was one of the first struggles you had?
My first struggles was just getting in there and doing something. I started in May, and it took me 4 months. And finally, the girl who signed me up, Sharon Rude, she called me one day and she said, are you ever going to do this or what? If you just do it, I know you will be successful. So I said, all right. I said, I don't even know where to begin. So, and she was awesome. I couldn't have had a better person sign me up. So she goes, I'll tell you what you need to do. You do lives all the time. Go live. I said, okay, I love going live. So that started my Pampered Chef career. And then from there, I got that 120 day thing, you know, the freebies. And I'm like, oh my God, I love this free stuff. And of course, my kit came in between all that. So I just started going live. I started on Facebook until they didn't want me to do that anymore. Good old Facebook. So I created a group, and I told them all on Facebook, we're moving to a cooking group and let's do this. And we did. So now I have over 700 members 4 years later. And can I give them a plug?
Yeah.
Okay. So I get home from Chicago, hopping on planes with 4 broken bones in my ankle. And I go into surgery, the first surgery. I've had 4 in 2 weeks. So all of a sudden my phone starts dinging, my email, ding, ding. And it was PayPal. And all of a sudden there's $50, $10, $500. And it was all my cooking group created a GoFundMe in the cooking group. They didn't put it outside, you know. And I can't tell you what that means to me. Now, that says something about my business right there. That said it all. And they did the same thing 2 years ago when I had my heart attack. So I just want to say that if you are authentic and you're real, because my biggest fans are the husbands of my customers. They watch me live at night, and they always, on my lives, the girls are saying, oh my God, my husband is just sitting here cracking up over your Maine accent, and you live in Florida, you know, and stuff like that. And, oh, my husband said I can order that now because he believes you, you know, stuff like that. So it's just being yourself on those lives. And sometimes I look like this on my lives, you know. I'm in my scrubs from work because I have my own cleaning company. I don't care, but my goal every day is to go live in either a party I have going on or my Facebook cooking group. And that's where I'm successful, is the lives, because I believe if they can see you and meet you and trust you, you've got customers for life. And that has gone to show me that. Now, this month, I'm hurting a little bit because I put in the cooking group. I don't want you guys turning around now and ordering products because you don't need them, you know, and I don't want them to do that. after all that other ordeal. So right now I only got, I don't know, maybe $500 in sales, but I'll get it. I just started a big fundraiser and I got a party going. I'll get there
Mhm.
because I will not lose that director 1 month. I've never lost it since I got it, and I'm not going to lose it over this.
Well,
And just so everybody knows,
you've made
this
the
was
decision.
not Pampered Chef's fault at
Mhm.
all.
Yeah.
This was an escalator.
Yeah, you've made
So,
the decision, Bonnie. You've made the decision that you have certain levels that you're going to work to, and you work to them every month. And
yeah.
when you had 4 surgeries in 2 weeks, it's kind of hard to have some sales. But now you're recuperating, and quite frankly, you probably need something to do. If I know you.
Yeah, it gets a little boring laying around, but,
Mhm. Well,
you know,
it's so often that people who when they have a tough time they're going through, they either need a diversion or they need something to do, and I know that some people would say, well, I broke my ankle, I can't do Pampered Chef right now. Well, it's also a great opportunity.
I am blessed right now to have my Pampered Chef. I cannot express that enough because I can't work my regular job until October.
Oh, wow.
Think about that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I'll get there. I'm not worried.
You're not worried. Well, Bonnie, is there any other piece of advice that you would give to someone who's feeling insecure about being authentic?
Yeah, I will. I'll give you quite a few. First of all, reach out to all these groups like Karen has and any of your leaders. They have taught me everything. And it's because, do I watch every video and am I in every training? No, I can't be. And don't think that you can, but plug in when you can and pay attention. At least go in those groups once a day. I always do. And even if I just like a post, you or Dawn or somebody knows I'm active. I've got Pampered Chef on my mind because you guys don't get enough credit for what you do. I'll tell you that right now. I try to run my group, and that's tough. So I get it. But definitely plug into the training. And when I first started Pampered Chef, I had a hard time with Dash, but Dash has been improved so much. I go in there now because I'm like, wow, I didn't know that. Or they're always changing things to make our lives easier. And I truly believe that. I'm not a table person right now. I'm into that new table thing that I can use in my groups. So yeah, definitely do your training because if you were working any other job, wouldn't you have to be trained? You have to think of Pampered Chef as a job. And if you think that way, you'll be making more money than you would at your regular job. And that's a given. I never thought I'd be where I am today in 4 years. I never thought I'd had 2 trips under my belt. I never thought I'd been to 2 conferences, you know, and go to conference if you can. And if you can't, sign up for that replay. That is your business. Just like any other business in the world, you have to be trained for what you're either selling or a doctor, a nurse. We all have to be trained.
Mhm.
And this is free. This is the best university in the world. It's free. What do you pay a month? Your website? Big deal. That's awesome. And use that website,
Mhm.
once in a while. I know it's tough when you begin, because people, they don't know you.
Mhm.
And we all tend to use our friends and family first. And if I can give you one piece of advice, I'll tell you this. I am not shy, but you don't have to, even if you are shy, you can do this. You go onto Facebook and you go to any of your friends, and I'm sure you got a couple hundred, and you just start paying attention to the people posting on their pages for a few days. Once in a while, like something, grab a picture off there saying, or something that you could use in your business. And then after they've seen you hanging around and realize you're friends with their friend, you friend them. I don't ask them if I can friend them. I just friend them. They either will friend me or they won't. And I'll tell you another thing I don't do. I do not then immediately put them in my cooking group. I hate it when people cold message me. I got one this morning. I think you'd like this, right? That's what the headline said. I think you'll like this. I open it up. It's an invitation to a Scentsy party. Just, I think you'd like this. And I answered back and I said, no, I don't think I would. I'm very honest like that. If you can't take I don't do messaging unless I'm talking to customers. But if you can't, because I don't have the time. But if I had the time, I would not be cold calling them like I never met, I just can't do it. And that's me. Everybody, I know thousands of Pampered Chefers who love the messaging and stuff. And that's what you're talking about. You do what works for you.
Yeah, I think it's, I do think it depends on the approach in messaging.
Definitely.
I mean, that's cool. That's like walking up to somebody in the grocery store and saying, I think you should have a Pampered Chef party. You would never,
right.
Exactly. So, yeah, but yeah, so.
Get to know them a little bit first.
Yeah.
And then send out your message.
Yeah.
But definitely friend 10 new people a day.
I love that. Well, Bonnie, thank you so much for taking the time. I know that you're sitting there and you're holding your phone for us and taking time out of your recuperation, but we're all praying for you. We're all rooting you on. I'm excited now that you are on the road to recuperating, and I know August is going to be great for you.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah.
And I'm excited to use the things I learned at conference. I haven't been able to use them yet, and that's killing me. But we'll get there. We'll get healed, and I'll be at conference next year.
Yeah.
I just won't be on an escalator.
There you go. All right. Well, listen, thank you so much for your advice today. We really appreciate it.
Okay. I hope it helps somebody.
I know it will.
Okay. Thank you, honey.
Bye-bye.
All right. Bye.